word nerds, happy Sunday and welcome to our final write-in of NaNoWRIMO 2021. I kind of can't believe it's almost over and also that it's started already, so I don't know where everyone's head's at. Andrew Walker had already said I'm at 43,000, feeling very nervous and brain dead, so it's been a month.
Love that for you.
But we're here for one more night of writing and writing sprints. It's going to be a lot of fun. Megan, do we have a theme for this evening, or are we just
the finish line?
Oh.
The theme is getting close to the end.
The finish line. The thing
that up on the
far
spot.
off in the distance.
Yeah.
All right. So as usual, we'll be running 3 writing sprints for a variety of lengths. We'll be offering some prompts before we get started with each of those in case you need a little bit of extra inspiration. You absolutely do not have to use those. They're just there to be helpful if necessary. And we'll be answering any writing related questions, any nano kind of questions in between. It is the 35 now, so we want to start on the 40.
Yeah, sure. Ease into it.
Yeah. How did nano or is nano going for everyone? I say did, like some people have given up already, but
and some people have finished already. Not in this group, but
yeah,
someone out there somewhere.
That sounds like a thing people could do. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very close to finishing. I have 929 words before I hit 50K.
Oh my God.
I did plan it so that I would hopefully finish during this chat because, validation. So yeah, looking forward to it. Just gonna jump right in with it.
A lot of people at the 43K mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Joe Catherine's
I saw
28 mark, also great.
Yeah. I saw Debbie's word count is 45,554 and mine is 45,405. So we are very close. Yeah. So I need another 1,300 tonight to just stay on track.
Nice.
And you weren't even gonna do this. I'm so glad.
I'm hoping to get 150 word review done today for school. That's where all my brain power is going tonight. But I will cheer on the people who are actually writing big projects. I'll cheer you guys on from the sidelines.
Same. Also working on school. One day my soul may be free of this degree. And then I will, take pleasure in writing for fun again.
Yeah. I have 2 10-page papers due in a week and a half, and I haven't started either of them. So
maybe we aim for more than 150 words of something else today. Come on.
I don't know, man. I'm only working with 3 brain cells right now, so we'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah. I think I'll probably end up with 15K for the month, which I'm still going to call a win because it has been
that's still
whirlwind
great
of a month. But
1550
sure.
It's
maybe
they were saying 15K all along and we just never knew it.
That'd be great.
I'll be overachieving this whole time. All right.
Congrats to Crazy Humorous who finished their project, working on a holiday romance for Harlequin now. That's exciting.
Nice.
I'll be replaying these videos for the next 2 weeks. We also have lots and lots and lots of older write-ins if you don't want to hear us say the exact same things.
Yeah, we've got a playlist of them all. So yeah,
that on shuffle? You must be able to here.
I think so.
I've never tried to shuffle a YouTube playlist. It's usually a series or something, but yeah.
You can.
You can just jump in and see where on the Word Nerds timeline you are. How many of us are there? I don't even know.
Exactly. What haircut do we all have?
Yeah.
How many of us have bangs at this current moment?
Gauge our emotional state. We've got 1 minute until go time. Like I mentioned earlier, prompts are kind of themed around the finish line. And none is more on the nose than prompt number 1, which is there is something in the distance that your character is trying to reach. You can use that prompt if you need a prompt, something to get you excited, get started writing. Oh, thank you, Fantasy Final. Nice Christmas sweater. I have worn the same Christmas sweater on the first Sunday after American Thanksgiving, probably for the last 6 years.
Get your money's worth. Nice.
Yes. So yeah, I will put the prompt information down in the little ticker bar and in the discussion section. Let us know if there's any writing topics you want to hear us discuss. Otherwise, we will just talk about whatever we want to talk about. And yeah, so it's go time. Oh, we should set an amount of time. 15 minutes. Check in at the 55. And time.
I wrote like 30 words and then realized there was a work thing I forgot to do. So I got that done.
Oops. Well, good. You got that one down. I wrote like 200 words, so.
Oh, already overachieving.
Got 425.
Nice.
700 to go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Also, so I saw some people in the comments saying, I think Penumbra Mine says Rachel's background has that creepy ghost peeking in from the other room vibe. And I'm like, do you want me to close the door?
Like, looking for a ghost. I'm like, what are they seeing that I'm not seeing?
You can also kind of see there's like a where everything's in backwards land. Where is this on my screen? There's like a light in the. That's just because there's a mirror there, so it's reflecting this light. So I can close this door if it bothers people.
Is it? They're seeing a face in the reflection of like.
Oh. Do you want me to just like pop around that door and just do a little like?
I do.
That's what you have a cat for.
Exactly.
Pretend to be a ghost in your house.
Yes. Honestly, now like I would be not scared of ghosts because there would be like a bang or a crash, and I'd be like, "Oh, the cat again!" Like, you know.
We've got people sharing their word counts in the discussion section. Fantasy Final got 190, Joe Catherine 512, Caitlin 436, Andrew 361, Debbie 406, MM Ward 118, and Coco.
Ooh.
Mary 283, Anna 431, and N Griswold 107, and decided I need another subplot. So I brainstormed some ideas. Nice.
A productive sprint was had by all. I'm very proud of everyone.
Look at us go. I have been panicking because I'm about to hit 50K and this book is not close to done. And I don't want to do any work after November. I want it to be done.
I see.
Quite the
So
dilemma.
Is everything going to come together in like one page?
And suddenly all the subplots were resolved.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with, and then the vampires won.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Perfect. They'll never see it coming.
So like I've written books like that before where like you do the 50K and you're like, I still have like 30K more to write. Like this book is still going or whatever. And that's almost better than like when you like finish the 50K and you're like, I need like 10,000 more words and I don't want to write them in December.
Yeah, this has never happened to me before, though. It's very stressful. I am usually an underwriter.
Well, that's good though, right? Because it's like, ooh, something
hopefully.
new, and like,
Hopefully.
I'm
at
like,
the point
with
now
the
where
writing days you've had, you could just finish it pretty quickly still.
I could. Will I? Who's to say?
well, also when you go back to it, you'll know, like, even if you don't want to write the last 10, 20, 30K, you know that you have the majority of it done. So there's like, you know,
So true. So
you're not going back to like 5,000 words and being like, I don't know, like I'll start over. You can be like, oh man, like I can do it.
Yeah.
And you did all of this and still managed to get through all of the Animal Crossing new content. So it's not like
I have beat the DLC.
Oh my god.
so you don't have to be like, oh, I have to go do this now. There are villagers who
and
need
I'm
homes.
technically also in school. That's been pushed to the wayside a little bit, but
Now
My whole
who's the
thing is that I-
overachiever?
My whole thing is that I don't really want to write much in December because like I'm really getting excited for like our next readathon, and I'm like, I just want to read a bunch of books in December. I don't want to write anything.
I know, this is like, I'm so busy and I'm just like waiting for my final 2 papers to be done. And then I'm like, I'm going to take like 3 days off of work and I'm just going to read all the books and not do anything besides that.
you should.
Yes, I think I deserve that after I finish these papers.
Absolutely. This is a good time actually to plug the fact that next week is our Q4 book club. We are going to be talking about all 3 books in Talia Hibbert's Brown Sisters trilogy. I re-listened to books 1 and 3 this week. I'm very excited to talk about them. I'm waiting on my hold to come in for the second one, so I can
That's the
hopefully.
one I'm
get
waiting
that
on
done.
too. I don't know why that one
Everyone
has
has
longer
Danny.
holds.
Weird.
Guys, have you gotten to read any more? I know you really like the first one.
Yeah, I read the second one. I bought it on my Kindle, and I haven't listened to the third one yet. But that's my plan for this week, and I'm very excited to talk about it. I am so excited. I love them so much.
So excited.
I'm in like a big reading slump right now, so maybe I'll grab that one and just like that'll be my palate cleanser.
It's so happy.
It's so good.
So good. And this is our first adult romance book club pick, I believe, right?
Ooh.
Mhm.
So
That's the first time in a long time we've done like a whole trilogy.
a whole trilogy. I think the last one was like The Selection.
Oh my
I've
god.
only done it like once or twice.
Yeah.
It was worth it. Great choice.
They are very good
And
books.
the last time we did it, it was like a monthly thing, not a you have a whole quarter to read 3 books. So it's pretty reasonable, all things considered.
Yeah. And they're very quick reads. So if you want to pick them up now, we're also going to delineate pretty clearly which book we're talking about at the time. And we won't do like a full series, all 3 being spoiled at the same time thing until the very end. So if you just want to pop in for part and see us talk about the ones that you read, you know, they're
Also,
romance novels, so there's not a ton to spoil.
So one of the great things about romance novels is you can't really spoil them.
Yeah.
Because they always end in a happily ever after. So
Mhm. So it's going to be great fun. We hope you'll all join us then. So that's next Sunday again, and that is the Brown Sisters trilogy by Talia Hibbert. So the first book is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. The second book is Take a Hint, Danny Brown. And the third book is Act Your Age, Eve Brown.
So do we want to try Penumbra Mind's question and then jump in at 8:05? The 05, yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
So what do you think about the Big Five becoming the Big Four and the DOJ lawsuit to stop it?
Oof.
yeah.
A lot of things happening.
Mhm.
I don't think I'd even realized that the Big Four, like, it's been something that's been talked about for so long that, like, my brain was just like, oh, this is inevitable. Bad, but I don't know.
It was Penguin Random House was buying which one? I don't remember now.
Little
know.
Brown?
Little Brown, maybe.
I think Little Brown.
Yeah. But it was stopped, which yay.
I mean, I'm all for people not having a monopoly on a market. So I'm like, oh, great, love that. We'll keep it at 5.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna pretend like I know like everything about all the details of it, but I do know like authors who have been hurt by the prospect of these things happening, and I'm sure it's stressful as an employee at those different houses. So I'm generally in favor of those people being taken care of. Yeah.
More options for authors instead of less options for authors is always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I also like how many people in the comments are talking about like editing in December, and we've just given December a bunch of, I was gonna say misnomers, but I'm like, I don't know if these are misnomers. They're just nicknames. Like, we have NaNoWRIMO for National Novel Finishing Month.
I will say
Editsember, NaNoWRIMO.
we have not released our readathon like graphic yet, but I did put as one of the squares to read a book written during NaNoWRIMO, because I figured either you can like just read a book that was written during NaNoWRIMO, or if you want to start like doing a read through of your book or beta reading a friend's book, you can count that.
I love it.
Genius.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
A good
Put that
loophole.
for myself.
Sorry, Megan, I'm going to need your book completed in time for me to get that square.
I am
so-
so my finals are done at the end of next week. This week is going to be a lot. But I am hoping to have just a massive like finish the book one week and then edit it in December and then not have to think about it because it's with my friends.
Nice.
Good plan.
Hopefully, we'll see. And with that, it is about time to start the next sprint. The prompt, should you need it, is your main character has a final conversation with one of the secondary characters.
Dun, dun,
Getting
dun.
real. I will put all that info in the discussion box and the little ticker thing down below. This one's going to be a 20-minute sprint. So we will check in at the 25. And good luck, everyone. in time.
Did you win? Did you win? Did you win?
I won.
Woo!
Yay!
Yes,
Yay!
done. Kind of.
Congratulations, Megan!
Thank you. Thank you. This is all I wanted tonight. Was just so much validation.
You did great, sweetie.
Thanks. Let us know how it went for you in the discussion section.
Validate
like
Megan in the discussion section.
Yeah. Keep this hype train going.
I'm gonna love it, and then like 3 minutes from now, I'm gonna just feel immensely awkward for the rest of the night.
We got yay! Congratulations! Congrats on 50K!
Thanks.
Congrats! Woo! Go Megan! Woo! Go Megan! Congratulations!
Thank you.
How'd everyone else do?
Yes, let us know your
Everyone who
recaps.
didn't win, I guess.
I mean, yeah, you know,
Whoever didn't
We
win the
can't all
last
be
2
as
minutes.
cool as Megan.
whoever didn't like meticulously plan out what your word counts were gonna be so that you could finish during this chat.
Yeah, the rest of us have 3 days still. Okay, like
Yeah.
Doing great.
I have finals. I needed to be done tonight,
yeah, fair.
or I was not gonna win. Oh. Thanks, everyone. How did you guys do?
About 205.
Ooh.
Nice. I'm almost done with my assignment for school. I have like maybe 100 more words in a paragraph and I'm done.
Nice. Yeah, I got.
I think we jumped pretty quickly into the last one because I'm fading.
Yeah, we're gonna do I was already planning to do a shorter one, no matter what, you know, cool down.
Unless she had to hold us hostage till she won. But.
That was the original plan.
Longer. Yeah.
Also, I like Zinab wrote, I finally reached the part where the title makes sense.
I
It's
love
always
that.
fulfilling.
I love that. That's great.
I don't have a title, and I keep writing, hoping that I'll see a line that I've written and be like, "That's it." Nope, that's not happened.
Okay? Here,
Wait,
everybody. Do you like when you find the title in the book, or do you think it's cheesy?
It depends.
I love it.
I love it too. I think it's fun.
If it feels like it's just there to make it so you find the title, I've read
True.
books like that where it like feels like okay, like you did that on purpose, like and
Yeah,
feels
usually
kinda
when it's like
cheesy.
one character dramatically like saying a line of dialogue,
Mhm.
that's the title.
Like in
I was supposed to learn a lesson from this.
like in 50 Shades. Is it like he says something like, I'm just 50 shades of messed up or something? You're like, no one says that. That's not like a real scenario. Yeah.
One of my favorite things that I've ever done in a book that I'm so sad the book is doing so bad in the querying trenches.
Oh no.
But the book that Kyra and I are querying right now, ideally, were we to get everything we ever wanted, it would be a trilogy. And we do have our ideal titles all in book one. Like they're all spread out almost
that's a cool
perfectly through
idea.
book one. And so someday maybe someone will get to read that, and then I'll get to point to it and be like, look at that. We were thinking about it. But if it keeps going the way it's going, it'll be a long time.
Lots of anticipation.
Yes,
From all of us,
you know,
yeah.
building hype right now.
Exactly. All right, we have 1 minute left till the 30. Do you want to just jump in?
Ooh, yeah. Let's do a 10-minute cooldown, not go too far over the
Sounds
hour
good.
this time. Good job. Shadow's Lair reached 48K.
Ooh.
Woo! So close.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Catherine said, all this talk about school is giving me flashbacks. It's been 7 years. It had been about 7 years since I was last in school, and then I went back. We have one last prompt for the evening for our last sprint. Prompt 3, that's from last week. Your character has a realization about what they've really needed all along as they tried to reach their goal. So we will
Was
check in.
Was it friendship? I'm so
It
excited
was
to find
the
out.
friends we made along the way. Good luck, everyone, checking out the 40. and time. Give a little extra time over the minute change because I know I was still saying the prompt a little bit. Oh, how did that go for everyone?
Still didn't win. I don't know.
What the heck?
Miraculous. My book
What
is still
even
not
is this?
written. Weird.
I think I wrote like 60 words or something.
Ooh, nice.
70 something.
I was looking at Plotter. Someone in the comments at some point in one of these chats mentioned using Plotter. And that's like one of the discount code nano winner goodie things.
And you're a winner now, so
I'm a winner. So maybe I'll give my money to people. Yeah, I'm curious if you have used Plotter before. Could you let me know in the discussion section, like how you like it? Is there any functionality for like if you want to work on it with a co-author? I would also love to know that, and I'm not finding anything by Googling it. So if you know about Plotter, let me know. We've got Debbie got 317, Andrew 140, Joe Catherine 313, Fantasy Final 89 got 245. Mary Jo Glenn hit 45K. Good job.
Ooh.
And I got 301. Emma Ward 203. Kay got 378. Kamajis got 200 more, and I'm at 44K. That's awesome.
very nice.
Amazing.
We had a question before we went in from Andrew before we went into that last sprint. Can you guys talk about climaxes? No clue if I'm doing it right. We can.
When I read the question, it made me think about Game of Thrones and how like
Oh no.
the way the ending should be inevitable.
Mm.
Of like people like having twists in the climax and stuff like that tends to be a thing people like to do to shock. And there should be some of that, but there should also be this way that all the puzzle pieces that you've been laying this whole time come together in a way that by the time the reader reads it, they're like, oh, there's no other way this could have gone down.
Yeah.
I actually think this is kind of getting slightly off of the question, but like I think that a lot of your climax or a lot of your twists and surprises should actually come before the climax, and I think that's something that sometimes people like the Game of Thrones writers maybe get wrong. That you like kind of want to set up a lot of those twists and have them happen like right before the climax of your story, because then it makes the climax like have more tension.
I'm kind of a fan of.
Oh, go ahead.
I know, like we kind of just said, like, oh, you want the twists to happen before, or like make it feel inevitable. But I kind of like it, and I think it has the most impact when the climax of the story is the exact opposite of what you think it's going to be. So, for example, like, oh, there's this powerhouse magician, and they're storing up all this power, and they've been training, and they've been doing everything, and like they're ready to fight the big bad, and then like their powers get taken away. Or, you know, they get hit on the head and now suddenly they're kidnapped when they were supposed to be there to fight the big battle, and now they're not there. Like that kind of like having the rug pulled out from under you, I really like. And I think it like makes the reader, or at least makes me as a reader, like more engaged, because I'm like, well, now everything's off the rails. Like, what's going to happen? So I like, yeah, I like that a lot more.
Yeah, I think pulling the rug out from under your character is like what's in there.
Okay.
Like not so much like doing something where your readers are like, well, this is not the story I signed up for.
Yeah, exactly.
But something where like, yeah, you like really like put a wrench in the characters' plans.
Yeah,
and
the
make
inevitability
it even
of it,
harder for them.
things that like your character's going to have learned a lesson way earlier in the book that's going to come in handy in the climax, and like having those little pieces of this journey I've been reading the whole time gave us the tools to do the end, win or lose. Like,
yeah. Or like if it's at the climax of the story where the character is going to do something they've been training for, like needing to do, but then like an action completely makes them like reevaluate everything. Like, oh, do they save their best friend or do they save the love interest? And like in that, or like, do they give up their powers for this person when they've been training their whole lives to become powerful? Like that kind of, what's that? I know there's a word for that, but I'm working on like 2 brain cells right now. And there's like a thing in writing about doing that. And I'm trying to say it, but
I know what you're
not
talking
coming
about,
out.
but it's not there.
yeah.
And kind of relating to that, I think something that can help with figuring out like what exactly should happen in the climax of your book is think about how you can pull together all of your subplots to have it all, even if like the subplot doesn't necessarily like, I don't know, it doesn't all have to be happening at once, but how can the subplots affect the main plot in that climax? So like with Rachel's example, she was just giving like, if one of your subplots is a romance, then like the character's having to like make a decision between like the love interest and saving the world or whatever, and making sure those subplots are important, or else it's like, why was this a
So
part
it
of the
can be
book if
something
it's not part
like
of the...
something like that going poorly and changing the character's mood as they're going into the climax, or which secondary characters are going to be present at the climax, or so many different ways to put it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan as well of John Truby's The Anatomy of Story. You've all heard me talk about it a lot, but in there he like breaks down the parts of like a climax. I know if you Google like Anatomy of Story Scrivener template, you can get Scrivener templates where you have these note cards already laid out for you, or you can even just Google like John Truby 22 steps, and it'll pop up with just the basics of what those steps are. And it talks about like, well, there's this element of battle, but you also typically partway through have like the high tower surprise, which is like a smaller twist. Like you get to the top of the tower and the villain's not dead or something. And then you have like this self-revelation that is also a thematic revelation that kind of like brings it all together. And then your character has to make the moral decision, like you were talking about, Rachel, like who am I going to save or whatever. And then you kind of hit that. We've finished and now it's the new equilibrium. It's a big fan of this book. It's just, you know, he knows way more than me. We had a shout out for Kelly's puppy.
It's very excited about the puppy.
Yeah, great work tonight, everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like us and want to be subscribed to our content. And if not, you know where to find us. We're here every Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Do you have anything else?
Just what we'd already said. We'll be doing book club next week, and then we just have one more after that for this year.
Yeah, end of your party.
Hell
gonna be
yeah.
a hoot.
I'm so excited.
For the year to
man.
be over.
How is it the end of 2021 already? That makes no sense.
Still processing 2020.
Truly. Oh God. Anyway,
Well, thank
that's
you
an
all so
existential
much for
crisis
joining
for
us.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still got lots of time for that this year.
Yeah.
Thank you all again. It's been wonderful. We will see, hopefully, many of you next week for book club, and happy writing as you do the last couple days of Nano. Bye.
Bye.